So, how do you replace the fork boots on a Royal Enfield Bullet 350? It can get a bit confusing, especially if you look at all the YouTube videos. They just don't quite cover it, okay? It's not like every other bike. You just don't knock out the forks. And believe me, I've been told to knock out the forks. So Royal Enfield 350 Bullet, changing the fork boots. I've taken a long time to research this. One guy told me I had to loosen the nuts off here and bash them out, but it just didn't feel right, and so after a while I did some research on the internet, and these forks, they screw off. Now there's a hex bolt in here, it's a 1/2 inch hex bolt on the Bullet 350, and they're in quite tight, so sometimes you need to give it a good pull to pull it out, and it's taken me all day to figure this out. So if you're changing your fork boots, this is how you do it. Take the tire off, take the mudguard off, and then take the cap off here, this nut off here, which is situated on the top here. Unscrew this, and then from there there's a 1/2 inch hex bolt in here, which may take a bit of leverage. Now, looking from the top, you must pull it clockwise in order to loosen it off, and it needs a bit of a tug sometimes. My research on the internet told me maybe needs heating, but it doesn't. It just needs probably a little extension on the actual 1/2 inch hex, which is, here's my 1/2 inch hex, and here is the second one. The second one over here, which I have actually loosened off, and as you can see, it unbolts from the top here. So this is how to get a Royal Enfield Bullets it's sort of tight, but it comes off, 350 Bullet fork, and it comes off by screwing it off, not by whacking the shit out of it from the top, which a friend of mine told me to do. And mate, if I'd done that, I probably would have broken the housing. So as you can see, it comes off, the 1/2 inch goes up in here. I needed to use a bit of pipe as a bit of an extender, and to get enough purchase to get it off, and all for just replacing these slightly damaged fork boots. So here's my new fork boots, and this is the old shagged one. As you can see, it's probably been on there for a while. So got these off eBay, and they actually look identical almost to the ones I've got on here. They may be a little bit longer, but they look good. So let's hope they go on pretty easy. So this is the left hand one. And we have new fork boot. New fork boot. So, job done. 1/2 inch hex in there. And then we just do this up, put the wheel back on, put everything together, and we're away. Okay, so another thing I've learned when changing this tire, and okay, there's this thing here. It runs your speedo. The problem is it's made out of plastic, And the problem is there are different models of this. This one here, as you can see it's broken, is an XL ENT. Now for my model 2004 350 Bullet, it doesn't fit the axle. You think it does, but it doesn't. If you give it a whack, this is what happens. I found that getting an SL FNT one fits the axle, and so this, after the third go, this is what I'm putting on when I put my wheel back on. Okay, Speedo readers are very fragile. They're only made out of plastic, and they also have a spacer. Now the spacer, God, I hope this works. The spacer goes on the inside between the hub and the plastic Speedo reader. I was putting it on the outside, and therefore I smashed two of them. Not good. So I hope this one is now okay. I think it is. I hope it is. And seems to be.